What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis. Going to be casting Maven Gaming versus Black Sheep. This is going to be from the League Dota Season 2 Week 6 Finals. I have Nistegord somewhere in Dota TV or something. Not sure if he's here. Hold on, we're going to try Skype. Try Skype again. Didn't have you muted. We're going to try this again, guys. Hold on, hold on. We're going to mute the co-broadcasters. And hopefully these guys slow their roll because we have to figure this out. What? Problem with playback device? My ass.
How about now?
Alright, yes, that was my bad.
Yay!
That was my bad. I had you on Dota TV as well. I don't know why I had that off. Whatever. Alright.
Bad day for Mike.
Yeah, I done goofed. But that's fine, because we're going to forget about it and never talk about it again.
I'm going to bring it up in about 20 minutes. Just to make you mad about it.
I'd like to see you try. Alright. Okay, we have a game going on, or a draft. They're going pretty quickly. Nick Sass and Voker being the picks from Maven Gaming. Wouldn't be surprised to see actually Marana banned out from Black Sheep. Nothing special as Marana has been pretty effective in the games that I've seen. And just looking at Black Sheep's team members, I actually do recognize a couple of these guys.
Yeah, Derp, I remember. He was here, I think last week, if I remember correctly. He was here last week. And then Justin might have been as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I at least remember Derp.
Yeah, Moonmeander is like a Han guy. I mean, that's a Han character in his icon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's some Han experience on this team.
Han trash? We got a little bit of it, I guess. I don't know.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Han trash.
It's only Han trash if Maven Gaming lose.
Then it is some pretty big Han trash.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
Either way, though.
Yeah. Going for a Disruptor as well as Batrider. That's a really high priority pick on the Disruptor. Have they been playing this in their other games, or?
Yeah. They played Disruptor in their first match, and it was then Respect banned out in their second matchup, and they didn't get to use it, but they still won. Wasn't quite as quick as the first one. The first game was like a 24-minute GG with a Spectre just out of control, and Disruptor played amazingly. And then Batrider was in their second matchup, or first matchup actually. My bad. And was able to do really, really well. And so, I mean, Batrider's fallen from grace quite a bit in the really big pro scene, but is really starting to come back in these smaller tournaments a lot. Teams are looking for him for his power.
Yeah, and if you could hold down the lane, which is really where Batrider got hit, it's that, you know, you're not going to be as strong in lane. When the lanes are in such delicate balance in pro games, then it gets a little bit more iffy as to whether or not you actually pick the Batrider. But in situations like this, where you can like kind of shape the lanes more favorably, the drafts aren't going to be as tight. I think Batrider does make a lot more sense, but it looks like Batrider not going to go towards mid. It's going to be probably TA versus Invoker, which is a great matchup for TA, and then Batrider probably going to go off lane solo or jungle.
Yeah, most likely be the off lane solo, or he could even be in the safe lane. I wouldn't be surprised if Black Sheep decided to go pick up a Spectre here. It worked so well for them in their first matchup, and it would then be an aggressive tri-lane Spectre, which I think would actually work out very well for them, because right now what Maven is going to have is they're going to have, like, what, a solo lane Nyx Assassin or Sand King?
It's going to be, they run this almost exact same thing before. It's going to be Nyx, and they're going to go for Life Steal Black Sheep.
Okay.
Nyx Assassin solo, Sand King, Rubik, X Hero, tri-lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane with that Life Steal. They're going to try and deal with Maven Gaming that way. And Batrider, I think he should be able to do pretty well in any sort of a 1v1 lane. It might be a little bit worse with the Nyx Assassin, but it should still be pretty decent for him. But Doom! Oh man, we can never get away from Doom in these finals, can we?
Yo, Doom is everywhere. Yeah. Doom is going to be there all the time. I actually don't like this at all. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Doom in general, but if you know that you're going to be running Tri-v-Tri, Doom contributes nothing except for bulk, and then that's running bulk into a life stealer. That's not a good way to go.
And it's not even bulk with armor, it's bulk with HP, which is a complete disaster in and of itself.
Yeah, so as far as Doombringer's contributions to tri-lanes, like, they're generally very minimal. Like, even if he's jungling, even if he doesn't have to worry about... hold on, my Dota TV thing is off.
Yeah,
I'm not transmitting to...
What is happening, Dota? Is yours on now? Side?
I'm not getting it. Oh, no, there it is. Okay.
There it is, okay. Dota, why are you so broke suddenly?
Well, it's not our fault, because we could hear each other, and I'm sure everything else is working, so it has to be Dota's fault.
It's Volvo.
Yeah.
Volvo Y.
God damn it, Volvo. But yeah, nothing special is going to be playing the Doom. He's been playing pretty sick Mirana as of late. It's going to be Fida on the Sand King for Maven. Evasion is going to be supporting as the Rubik as well. Invoker going to be following up the rear as it's going to be played by Vegas. And Arlecchino is going to be the last one. Nick Assassin ready with the Poor Man Shield. They're going to run into each other. In this scenario, I think Maven have a slightly better... No, it's going to be... No, Black Sheep have a slightly better. Level 1, but
Maven would take this
at 5v3.
Yeah, of course. At the level 1 ganks at this point is like 5v3. I wonder who's gonna take it, guys. When you have a Sand King, a Rubik, and a Nyx Assassin there for stuns. But 3v3, I think that Black Sheep will be able to take out this Triland, especially when you're talking about the Doom, high HP hero, low armor. It's not gonna be a fun time for him at all.
Yeah, and it looks like Maven are actually going to dodge the tri-lane. I think this might be the correct decision from them.
No more. I don't know. Nyx Assassin is going to be really susceptible to just getting completely farmed as a hero, essentially, because he relies on his ability to just not die and be able to do a little bit of harassment damage. But against their tri-lane, I don't think that he's going to be able to do all that much. With the slows from Visage, Disruptor being, well, Disruptor, and then Lifestealer not having to care about any of his stuns or anything like that. I don't think that it's going to be that great for Nyx Assassin, and it's not going to get him the start that he wants to have.
I mean, it's definitely not going to be great for him, but at the same time, if the tri-lane was down here for Maven, they would get crushed, I'd say, probably even more, just because their tri-lane is incredibly, incredibly weak, and you can see Arlecchino already trying to get into the trees for some reason. He's just standing there taking hits. I don't really know what the plan is, but on top side, lift up.
Moved Meander, getting thrown back by the Rubik, but there's already 3 sticky Napalm stacks on the Sand King, but it's not going to matter. One more right click will be able to pick him off. And who will it be? Actually, never mind. It's just going to be a Burrow Strike out from the Sand King team to grab that kill there. So first blood for them. How do you think it's going to go for the Bat Rider up here? As we talked already, naturally not that great. Actually, down bottom, actually, Arlecchino.
Yeah, Arlecchino. He lives.
Yeah.
Can't kill this guy. But, yeah, Bat Rider, obviously in a 1v3 matchup, a solo lane hero is probably not going to have a good time. The Magic Stick will be almost, it generally is, like, no matter when you're up against a Bat Rider, but Magic Stick is going to get super value just because there's 3 heroes that are going to be restored their mana and health. So Bat Rider needs to spam for that sticky Napalm, and at the same time, Maven needs to pick up those Magic Sticks because they'll be able to constantly lay down the aggression with Telekinesis, Fade Bolts, and Burrow Strikes, stuff like that. Now, killing him off is going to be a lot more difficult. Meantime, bottom lane, Bloody 9, living at literally single digits of HP, and Nyx Assassin now going to get his salve poked off by Derp. And we really can't leave any of these lanes alone, can we?
No, they're going to try and be aggressive on all the lanes. Both of these teams, from what I've seen, want to try and end the games early. They want to try and just make the game be over, not risk it in the late game with buybacks being a big part of it. And so, they're going to try and end it early, and we're going to see that facing up against each other now.
And topside Burrow Strike onto Bricks. Moomiander's going to lay down some fire, but levitate back onto the Visage. Going to stun Moomiander on his way down. There's a lot of magical damage going towards nothing special. Bricks will go down in the end. Now Moomiander might be a little bit in an awkward position. He's going to Firefly through all the trees. Salve at the same time. Derp is here. There's a lot of napalm doing a lot of damage to the Rubik. He will go down at the very least. There is invisibility for the Sand King. I don't think there's any... Oh, there is a Sentry Ward, actually. Maven is... Fida, rather, is going to get spotted out. Sandstorm, and there's 1 right click, 2 right clicks, 3 right clicks. It's a double kill for Derp.
Yep. So down he goes, and I feel like it's just going to be this slugfest the entire time. You'll sometimes see these games where it's not even like teams care if their supports die. Supports are just there to give their lives so that other heroes can get kills. And actually, Rubik going to be starting the sticky napalm up, but they need to be careful. And here we go. Bat Rider, way too aggressive here, going to die off. Sand King grabbing the last hit, Fida grabbing it. Now Derp should not have gone for that right click, buddy. He's going to have his stun up in 2 seconds here. This could possibly be a death on him.
The rest of the allies are really, really far away. Derp's going to take quite a beating, but they need a little bit more of a follow-up. Fade Bolt, something. Level 2 Fade Bolt, there it is. From downtown, Fida is going to live as well, but Bricks is here. The land Soul Assumption onto the Sand King. Won't do enough. 1 more right click. That'll do it. Teleportation back from Moonmeander. Nothing special. You can get tagged with that poison. Has the magic wand, though, or magic stick. Just at this point, he's going to slow down quite a bit, but at the same time, he's going to get a huge burst of health and mana, but the damage is pretty consistent. Moomiander's getting targeted by the creeps, though. The creeps are doing so much damage, nothing special. Needs these magic stick charges. There's another Firefly and Napalm. He's going to pop the charges, and he will be just fine. Telekinesis will hold out Bricks as well. Doom gets out there just barely. Rubik takes some right click on the way out, and everyone's going to back off. I think these guys just really have to calm their jets right now.
Calm down, boys. You don't need to kill that much. It's good, but 4-3 right now, already in a 4-minute long game, and just Doom has to go back to base. Rubik is also going to have to go back to base pretty soon. He has no regen, only his boots. Like, what is the regen even looking like in this lane right now? Not too great.
None.
Yeah.
Magic wands.
Yeah, magic wands for
Only regen.
forever, basically.
All right, so believe it or not, there's actually a mid lane where Invoker. No, can't look at that because top lane, Vita once again gonna get tagged with a whole bunch of napalm. Gonna burst strike his way out. Very short one. He should be just fine. Here comes the Doom. 1v3 me, bro. Nothing special. He probably shouldn't be doing that. He has 6 wand charges. He'll be fine as well, but they can't just run in and take free damage like that. Moomiander dropping pretty low as well, but yeah, there is a mid lane, and it's gonna be Invoker going for Extort. I actually really like this. Like, it's not the best versus TA, but if you're going to be fighting around the map so much, you really need to help out your team in some way as the Invoker. In Sunstrike, it's going to be difficult to land, but if you can land it, it'll be super value. Now Derp lift it up, but nothing else.
Yeah. The other big thing about Exort is that not only does it give that global map presence of the Sunstrike, it also gives a ton in terms of just late game carry potential. Because a lot of people don't think of Invoker as really a great late. Oh wow!
Whoa!
What just?
That was Invoker sitting at a little bit too little HP, and then Justin lining up a perfect Psyblade hit. I was just watching that. I wasn't expecting a kill. I just saw Invoker just disappear.
Yeah. I flipped my camera over there at the very last second and just saw a poof of smoke with Invoker doing a disappearing act.
Yeah, that was just Psyblade play.
Yeah. But, like, if you look at it, it's the fact that, like, Lifestealer, if he starts to have Forge Spirits beat on him, and you also have the same thing for, nevermind, Disruptor in the top lane, more kills happening, Scorched Earth, there goes down, the Burrow Strike from Sand King, that's going to be a death. But nevermind, Batrider wants to try and play.
He wants to 1v4. It's a bad idea, Batrider, although one more right click is all it needs. There it goes, Soul Assumption onto the Rubik. He's going to get out of there with 20 HP. That was the worst Burrow Strike of all time. Was he even aiming for the Visage? I don't know, but he's going to escape regardless.
Yeah. No Tail would like to speak to you about Bad Sand King, by the way.
Who?
Have you No Tail?
No Tail.
Have you seen his Sand King?
I have seen his Sand King.
Oh, it's painful.
I don't think I'm in any position though to criticize pro players.
It
was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan.
I'm not a professional chef, but if I taste bad food, I will say I tasted bad food.
Fair enough.
I'm not a professional Dota player, and when I see a bad Sand King, it's a bad Sand King.
Lag. It was lag.
Oh yeah, all the lag at a LAN event.
Yeah.
Oh, Courier actually took a right click, but it'll be fine. Bottle needs to be sent back, though.
Denied.
Now, what do you think about the fact that, like, in terms of Invoker, and when he picks up his items, do you like the Midas on Invoker when he goes for a Quas Exort build? Or do you think that he should instead go for the standard 4-staff sort of a build on him?
I would say Exort Invoker, yes. Hand of Midas is amazing just because you are going to be scaling into that late game with all your damage. You need to be getting to the late game faster, and Midas helps you do that. But in this particular scenario, when you're fighting this much, you can't really afford to be going for a Midas like that. It'll just slow you down way too much, because there needs to be just the Maven need all their heroes to be contributing as much as possible. And if you get a Midas on Invoker, it'll give him a little more attack speed, but it'll pale in comparison to the effectiveness of the likes of a Force Staff, which will help a great deal versus the Lifestealer. Possibly will help someone against a Batrider if he's just looking to close the distance for a lasso, stuff like that. In the meantime, mid lane, another stun onto Justin. His Refraction Shield is still up, and everything is actually going to miss. So he's going to get out of there alive. And Lifestealer's been farming this entire game. He has 46 CS, most gold per minute in the game. He's going to be a very large threat. Maven have to deal with him somehow, or at least crush the rest of Black Sheep's heroes enough so that the Lifestealer isn't a huge factor.
The thing is that he's also going for a Glove of Haste, and that'll either be an Armlet or a Midas. Either one of them, if he's rushing it, will be a huge issue for Maven, because they're already having difficulty fighting Black Sheep. They are on top in terms of kills, but, oh, actually, never mind. Burrow Strike goes in onto the Visage. Not gonna, oh, never mind, might be able to kill him as the Grave Shield goes out, but the pickup and the throwdown, Cold Snap as well. Gonna need to keep on trying to run, but the Cold Snap's gonna keep him back, and Fadeful, one right click in, Rubik gets the kill. But now TA gonna be trying to go for Rubik. Will he be able to actually grab the kill? Doesn't look like it. Well, Invoker might actually be the target here. Makes Assassin. Like, what is happening? All the heroes are in middle.
All the heroes. Are the Chinos going to come in for this one as well? Justin, with the Refraction, Burst Strike, needs a Sun Strike or something. He's going to pop Refraction, try to fight his way out, perhaps. Get him. Get him. There's an Impale, and another meld, but the Sandstorm. Sandstorm to get the kill. In the meantime, topside, Doom got ganked by 3 heroes. He's, I guess, trying to kill the Disruptor. Did he use Doom for that? He did. And Disruptor manages to live. 8-5.
What is this game? Like, you're sitting there, and you're talking about the mid lane fight, and suddenly Nick's assassin from nowhere. It's just like, hey guys, I'm here.
It looked like he came from the Dire Tier 1 tower also. Like, that was the angle of which he was running.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, I'm coming from back here. Coming over. What? What are you doing?
Reinforcements are on the way. Oh god. This game is just pure chaos, and I love it.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's awesome to be able to have these games. Now Batrider going to be able to get a nice influx of gold. This will most likely actually be his Blink Dagger here once he kills off this stack. So that's going to be a huge item for him. Oh, never mind. A little bit short for the Blink Dagger, but still very, very close for it. 2,040 gold for him right now in his bags. TA, not really looking that great in terms of overall farm. And Invoker, what does he have right now? Yep,
He has
that's what
something on the
staff
courier. Yeah, so it's going to be a
Staff.
Force Staff.
Yep. Either that or a Necro book, but most likely Force Staff. And it is a Midas for Bloody 9 here on the Lifestealer.
Oh, and Boots of Travel on the Batrider. I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like in 90% of games I disagree with it as a first item.
I agree.
But in this game, with the way that the fights have been going everywhere, I feel like if he can be everywhere, it's worth it. But he needs to get kills, like this one on Doom that'll be coming up hopefully pretty soon for
But at
them.
the same time, it's like your Blink Dagger is so essential on the Batrider, and it's an expensive item. You see, if you had a Blink Dagger right there, Doombringer would be dead, right?
Yes, he would have been. But
It's such a hugely expensive item. You can't really afford to delay it when you have enough gold. I think that's just a little bit too greedy from the Batrider.
Yeah, I feel like it is greedy play, but I do understand where his logic is coming from. It's not like some items that come out of left field suddenly and you just have to question it. But, like, I do understand his logic. Now, Nick's Assassin is in the middle of no man's land, doesn't have Vendetta. This could be... That's where a Blink Dagger comes in handy, right there.
So far, 2 missed opportunities with the Blink Dagger.
There we
right?
go.
We'll start counting.
Yep, we have 2. I've had my chat count a lot of things when I play, or when I cast. Piranha, arrows missed, hooks.
Uh-oh, Bloody 9 gonna get in there with the nothing. Open Wounds has a really low range. He's gonna get it anyway. Vegas is gonna be forced to TP out. There is a Burrow Strike available. Justin gonna go straight for the Rubik. Rubik actually stole Refraction, so can't do anything about that. TA Sunstrike onto bricks, will land perfectly. Kaboom goes the Visage. Now Justin gonna try to go for Fida. Needs one more hit. The side blade lineup, it's perfect, and he's gonna get the kill. But the Nick Assassin has another Impale in 2-1. He's gonna get it, but it won't do that much. Batrider wish he had a Blink Dagger right now. He's gonna get doomed, and Justin gonna try to fight his way out. Bloody 9 is still very healthy. He's going to get the Open Wounds onto nothing special. Level Death will not do enough. Another Rubik lift down. It won't do enough either. There's Refraction onto Rubik, but a 2-man stun from Arlecchino from the side. And Evasion. Going to try now go for Bloody 9. The damage is pretty high with the Cold Snap. He's going to get the kill as well. Sunstrike onto Moominder. It's going to be perfect. It's a double kill for Vegas. They're going to look for a third one. Do they have another stun? They need more mana on the Nick Assassin. They don't have any Arcane Boost. Level Death slowing bricks down just a little bit, but he's going to try to hide in the worst possible places to hide. Lift it up into the air. There should be a mana for an Impale now. There is. It's going to be 4 down for Black Sheep.
Yep. Disruptor down bottom doing absolutely nothing there. Just effective member of the team, and that was an interesting TP choice to try and TP in there when all the heroes were there anyways. But either way, they're even going to try and pressure in the T2 right now. And actually, TA, not going to be... Yeah, she'll be fine. Fraction Charge is going to be able to save her for a little bit. But those Forge Spirits, as the game moves on, are going to become more and more of an issue for Black Sheep. Just because... naturally, their heroes don't really have that much armor. Lifestealer, he really gets the survivability from his feast and his open wounds, not from armor and HP as much. And so these Forge Spirits, when they start to get rid of all that armor, gonna start to become a pretty big issue.
And they can even stack through that minus armor, even though the TA might have Refraction. Speaking of Refraction, Rubik with Refraction did absolute work in that fight. He got all of his damage charges off. He got all the damage blocking off. So much effectiveness out of that Rubik Steel, and Refraction isn't really a skill that you think is a huge priority. Like if you're listing high priority Rubik Steels against the Black Sheep side, you're thinking, oh well, he wants to steal Lasso, he wants to steal a Static Storm, stuff like that. Familiars, Refraction, it worked really well.
In these types of fights, it's actually really, really great because Black Sheep don't have really all that much to be able to get rid of it unless the Batrider is there, and Batrider wasn't there for most of that fight, and so there was nothing they could do to really get down his Refraction charges very quickly. And so, really great ability to be able to steal. That and Meld are going to be actually really great abilities to steal, and that's one of the downsides of TA is that if you do have a Rubik against her, he really can use those abilities pretty effectively if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Meld hit with Rubik's range is just obnoxious.
Oh yeah.
And also, I just want to point out that Maven in the previous set that I cast of them they were just so good at fighting these run and gun fights. Justin gonna now, well, I guess nothing special trying to pick a fight with Justin. That's not gonna work out. Doom dropping very low, the restoratives, it will not matter. Familiar's covering their cheap, but yeah, Maven are just so good at, you know, running back at just the right time, waiting for their cooldowns, and then, you know, trying to bait the enemies into coming just a little bit further. They got several team wipes in their past games, but in the meantime, Evasion is, well, that's not a good example of that, by the way. So nothing special is going to be forced out, and top side, Vegas can get his wounds opened up, does not have a Ghost Walk, does not have anything, actually. Going to pop up some Forward Spirits, needs an Ice Wall. I think that's the only way to live. No, Infest, there is no way to live. Invoker's going to go down, and Doom goes down, dove in the tier 2. Justin's going to escape that one. Maven get a tower on the bottom side. They don't lose anyone for it, but still they lose 3 heroes everywhere else around the map.
13-9 right now. This is one very aggressive game, and these are the fun games to be able to watch and play. Now, at the same time, at this current rate, like Lifestealer of course went for his Midas, and he's currently 2-1-1, so he's doing pretty well in terms of kills. His last hits are ridiculously high right now. Like, do you think the Midas is going to be worth it if you can make this go long enough?
I mean, it's always worth it if you can make it go long enough. The problem is that it's a big if. I mean, unfortunately for them, TA as well as Lifestealer are farming pretty well considering, and I guess a lot better than everyone from Maven. Like, Doom with the only level 2 Devour is fighting so much that he actually can't get the time to always be devouring stuff and, you know, actually find time to actually level it. So normally you would say Doom with that built-in Midas is going to be on the top of the gold per minute chart, but he's down by quite a bit. He's down by 80 gold per minute versus the Lifestealer because he has to go for the level death. He has to be fighting in these scenarios. And Lifestealer with Hand and Midas, he's doing both. He has the gold, he's getting the participations in the fights, and he's just doing double duty, whereas the Doom is just really struggling to compete with that Lifestealer in that #1 role.
Yeah, especially if you also go over to the net worth, it shows the same exact thing. Lifestealer right now with nearly 7,000 gold, but then you have Doom with only 5,300 gold, and even he's behind the TA right now, so he's not getting all that he needs, really, in terms of, like, as the carry of what he needs. But granted, as a whole, Black Sheep are not exactly that far ahead. And actually, I take that back. Never mind. Looking at the graphs, they are, in fact, ahead. 1,500 gold ahead for Black Sheep, and then over 4,000 experience ahead as well.
Yeah, you really just got to count heavily into those kills. I mean, the one tower advantage that Maven have is pretty much most of the gold advantage that they have right now. Static Storm now, and a blink forward from Alchino, going to get a stun onto Derp, but that's it. Can they bring down the Disruptor? They will with a Vendetta hit. Bloody 9 is doomed up. Nothing special, taking a lot of damage, but at the same time, Justin doing a lot of damage. Fieta is going to try to Sandstorm out of there. It's not going to work. So far, 1-for-1. Archino is going to get another 2-man stun. Bloody 9 still doomed up, still taking a lot of damage. The level death will not do enough. He's down to 100 HP, and now the Evasion Rubik is trying to escape from TA. It will not happen. Arlecchino is going to try to 1v1 this TA, but that's not a good prospect. Bloody 9 has restored himself up somehow with an Infest. Arlecchino getting another stun onto Justin. Has a haste rune also, so he's home free. But they lose 2 in exchange for just a Disruptor.
Yeah, not a trade you want to make at all, especially when you do have the Midas and the Lifestealer. You have the TA who's getting fat. And actually, Arlecchino missing a stun there. Apparently he can only hit multi-man stuns, not able to hit single ones.
What a
and
scrub.
Invoker, actually. Vakis going to be able to get away, but actually, oh, nothing special going to be the target. Never mind. There goes the glimpse back. Nick's going to be the one that dies, and then off on the side. Still, nothing special going to be picked off here. Never mind. TP away. Will he be able to escape? Doesn't look. Yes, he will, in fact, be able to escape. And Epicenter out from Maven, actually, at the same time.
Hitting absolutely nothing. Justin, in the meantime, on the backside, will line up several side blade hits, hitting both heroes, and Fieta will also drop down to Visage Soul Assumption. 15-14. Now the experience advantage from Black Sheep. Really showing its true colors. Batrider, by the way, has picked up the Blink Dagger, so 17 minutes Blink travels, not too terrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, like I said before, I did understand his logic for the boost of travel, but, you know, an interesting prospect that he went for the boost of travel first. Now, at the same time, yeah, nothing special going to be picked up here. Kinetic Field going to fly down as well. This is going to be his death. Does use a Centaur stun, but only going to just buy him just a couple more seconds of time as he falls. Justin grabbing a mega kill now, and also an ownage streak now, as the announcer screams ownage.
Yeah, I gotta say, this game would have been just so different if Maven... I feel like the Doom isn't pulling his weight right now. Like, as a primary farmer, even though he was in a very awkward situation in lane... I mean, not too awkward. It was Batrider and a lot of fighting, but... Doom, as a hero, just can't really contribute that much to these fights versus the likes of the Lifestealer or a Luna. I think Gyrocopter was banned out, so I mean, that would have obviously been the best possible pick for Maven right now, but Doom is just, like, not comparable to the gyrocopter in that regard at all, in my opinions. And I mean, they have a Invoker, and you would say Invoker at this stage would be a huge force, but TA is just such a huge force. Justin's really putting in work, and Arlecchino now thinking about jumping in for Justin. They do have more than enough damage to kill off this TA if they layer their stuns correctly. Let's see if they can do so. First the lift, then the burrow strike. Well, there's already one missed stun, and then the sunstrike will get absorbed by the refraction. Justin eating all the hits, and he's still going. There's a Vendetta hit. Courier, poor guy. But Justin actually is going to live. Teleportation from Pink, and literally everyone else. Bloody9's going to open the wounds of Arlecchino, going to try to get a kill there, but it won't happen. Justin will live because of refraction. Once again, taking another burrow strike. Sandstorm will not cut through it fast enough. Static Storm onto Velkis and the Rubik in the meantime. Bricks will drop another huge soul substitution onto the Invoker. That's going to bring him down. They're still going for Justin, and they just can't kill this TA. He's at 70 HP. Vita's going to teleport out of here. Arlecchino should be able to blink out as well, though he's getting chased down. There's the open wounds and the pushback due to the flame break. Arlecchino's going to go down. And Maven diving so very deep for a TA, which they just cannot kill.
Yep. If you know what you're doing with TA in terms of timings on your meld as well as your refraction, it's so difficult to kill off a TA. Like, the survivability that she has, because it doesn't matter what spell hits her if that refraction's up. Laguna Blade and a Finger of Death from Lion get shrugged off by refraction, just inherently the way that it works. And that's huge for the survivability of Templar Assassin when it comes to any sort of fights.
Or a level 6 Sunstrike, which would have put her into the ground so much sooner, but the refraction came up pretty much exactly when the Sunstrike landed. Yep. And then, I mean, she just absorbed that entire thing, that's the dream for TA. You want to be blocking skills like that. Here we go. Bloody9 is going to get blooded up quite badly from Roshan. Doom's going to walk right in. Can they now finally kill this Templar Assassin? Bashed by Roshan, but it's actually going to be the target. Bricks. There's a two-man burrow strike from Vita. Justin will go down along with the Visage. The refraction will not save her. Unstoppable streak going the way of Sand King. They're going to probably pick up some familiars, and they might even get Roshan. Batrider, where is he? He has a Blink Dagger. He doesn't have Firefly for another 5 seconds. He's going to throw out a couple Flame Breaks. If he pushes nothing special up to the high ground, that will be absolutely huge. There's the Firefly, waiting for Static Storm with the Kinetic Field. Moonmeander's going to jump right in, but Roshan's still very much alive. He's doing work onto the Batrider now. He's going to get stunned up. He's going to go down. Invoker is going to claim that kill. Batrider instantly buying back, however. Roshan does go down. Doom picks it up. 18 for 20. Batrider spending buyback gold. I don't think he's going to get much value out of it.
Yeah, he's going to try and TP down, but really, with the changes to buybacks, you can't farm back anymore, and so I feel like, yeah, wasted buyback. He was getting closer and closer to his 4th staff, has up his Ring of Regen already, could have picked up the Staff of Wizardry before that buyback, but at the same time, just didn't decide to go for that. Now, this is going to cost him a T2 tower here. Fortification used, but no real way for him to try and fight back. Batrider is, though, on the side. He might try and jump in, but very ill-advised. Oh,
that was,
never mind.
He doesn't give a damn what's ill-advised or not. He's going to get stunned up twice, and Velkis has still the 4th staff, needs the 4th staff. Oh, it's a little bit too late. Turned around for something, I don't know what, but he's going to go down regardless.
Yeah, sometimes some questionable things happen like that where you're like, why would you turn around there? That's a terrible idea, but I mean, if you look over the gold earned, it's really, look at the curve up that's coming from the gold earned graph right now, moving from below 5,000 in terms of or more than a 5,000 lead for Black Sheep to nearly 2,500 being their lead now. So Maven are coming back in terms of gold, and in terms of experience, not quite as much, but still a pretty big swing there when you actually take in the amounts that are on the side there.
And also, that fight looked just terrible for Maven. Like, being caught in a Static Storm in the Roshan pit, that's a nightmare, especially with the Batrider on the sidelines. Unfortunately, he tried to go for a Roshan steal when Roshan just had, 1,000-something HP. He wasn't actually in kill range from any team. So, I mean, Maven, I think they get a slight break there. Also, you got to give a lot of credit to Fida's being able to hit a 2-man burst strike, one on the top side, one on the bottom, and then being able to burn through that TA's refraction and then eventually kill her off. So, pretty big plays from Maven, giving them a pretty essential fight in order to stay into this game. As long as they don't get picked off, if they group up as 5, and avoid the Static Storm. I mean, they didn't even use the Epicenter in that last fight. That's one of their biggest damage tools, and now that the Sand King has a Blink Dagger, it's going to be that much easier to land.
Yeah, going to be huge to be able to see that Epicenter come through, because a lot, like Black Sheep, if the Disruptor is hit with that, going to die. Batrider, same exact story. Visage, same exact story. Lightstealer will be able to survive for a bit, but then TA, again, it's just going to be multiple damage instances, and it will be able to kill her off. Now, a lot of the times... Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So it won't kill her off.
Well, Blade of Alacrity, you're going to most likely go into the Yasha. Now I saw, yep, S and Y for Lifestealer. Oh, and there's going to be a gank on him as well. And actually does use his...
Doom?
Oh, yep, Doom going to be spent on it.
There's a Kinetic Field Static Storm, but it's only going to catch one. The pushback from the Flame Break is going to push everyone out. Maven Fida will get the Epicenter off. Will do a lot of damage to Derp, but the mech flies off. He's going to live just barely. Arlecchino is going to try to get in there with some Spike Carapace action, but it won't actually do enough. Doom's going to drop the Aegis. Nick's the Lifestealer dies as well. Vegas is going to get chased down by Justin. He's probably going to die from that. The rest of the heroes going to try to go for nothing special. Velkus still being chased down by Justin. Doom will go down a second time. And I think that'll be a complete 5-man wipe. No, Ghost Walk, level 1. Looking for Psyblades.
Yep, Justin trying to be the Psyblade wizard again. We've seen 2 Psyblade.
They know where he is.
Him. But I don't know. They don't have any detection, I don't think. So, yeah.
Oh, no, just wait for the Psyblades.
Yep, Psyblades will come
back.
magically. It's gonna be like this range here. That was
no.
Now he'll be able to get away.
But
yeah.
Maven get absolutely thrashed there. Oh, they're gonna look to try to get it on Justin. A little bit of a cold snap, and the BKB wasted. That's 10 seconds wasted.
Yeah, that's a questionable BKB. One of those things where a lot of people have the gut reaction that the moment that they start to take damage and they think that they can maybe survive when really they can't at all, they'll just instantly pop that BKB and like, my survivability went up. Not really for the right clicks that are coming out from Invoker and Sand King. You're still going to die here. And so a little bit of a misplay there.
Another blink forward onto Bricks. That Gravekeeper's Cloak doing a lot of work. There's the cold snap. Needs another mini stun from something. Fida just has to hit him for the cold snap. The Sunstrike is going to fly, hit well onto Bricks, but that's going to be it. If he keeps chasing, he will pay for it with his life. Fida, what are you doing, bro? Come on.
Yeah, questionable plays all around right now. And, Invoker glimpsed back. Will they try and go for it right now? Force Staff is available from the Batrider, and does Force Staff forward, grabs the Invoker. Vilkas going to be picked off here. And that's going to be his death. But now Doom and Rubik going to need to move up to the high ground here. Going to need to try and run, but Open Moves goes out onto the Rubik. Will we see any stuns? Doesn't look like we will, and he will be able to survive, in fact. Dust goes out. Nick's going to be able to blink away. And Doom will also be able to escape.
Rubik has stolen the Familiars, actually. Did some pretty good work. He got both of them down in that fight, like in just this area back up here. But we're not done yet. It looks like Arlecchino can get glimpse back, and Spike Carapace or not, you cannot fight against Bloody 9.
Yep. Lifestealer is too big to fail right now. So he is going to be a complete monster. Fida boom, teleporting into the middle lane here, but blinks away instantly when he sees the aggression from Bloody 9. Because Bloody 9 just doesn't have to care at all. And now there goes the boot of travels from Batrider again. Familiars from Rubik. That's going to start to mess up quite a bit.
Arlecchino looking for a stun. He's going to think about it. There's a Burrow Strike onto Bricks and also a lift up onto Derp. Both of the supports are in danger. Derp is going to cover his retreat with the Kinetic Field. It looks like no, he's actually going to, the Kinetic Field not going to do jack. Sunstrike will hit almost onto Derp, but come on guys, finish him off. There you go. And in the meantime, bottom side, they're chasing Familiars. Looks like Derp's going to be the only one to die from that one. And Maven, they should just take those types of fights, I think. Just take single hero pickoffs. Once the huge team fight erupts, there's Flame Breaks, there's Firefly to worry about, there's the Static Storm Kinetic Field, which admittedly haven't been taking, more than one person with them, but still it's just a huge barrier that's forcing Maven to walk around or, it can't even walk through in order to get into the real fight. So just as a barrier to prevent them from moving in, that's being a pretty big tool, this Kinetic Field.
Yeah, now we actually see that Rubik has the Kinetic Field stolen for himself. Just the same exact story for what's happening against Maven is going to start to happen against Black Sheep. And actually, Teleport's coming in. There goes the SK trying to jump in. Wasn't able to get the Epicenter off inside of the Sandstorm right now. Kinetic Field comes down from the Rubik, but not going to be enough to be able to save anybody as Justin.
Oh, Psyblades.
Yep.
Got him.
Justin with his Psyblades.
Oh, wait. Oh, that was a gem on Batrider.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Psyblade damage, and then the gem to finish it off. So credits goes to the TA for that one.
Yeah. Good. All around, just amazing play from Justin so far this game. Really knows how to set up those lines for the TA. At the same time, Bloody 9, just fat as anything. 12,000 net worth for both him and TA right now. In terms of a gold lead, Meatball comes down. Run, Visage. There we go. He'll be fine. But, gold lead, over 7,500 gold lead for Black Sheep, and then over 15,000 experience lead, reaching towards 20,000 actually.
Justin gonna get stunned up just a little bit, but the open wounds onto Arlecchino. He's gonna get pushed back due to the flame break. He's gonna go down as well. Raxes are now in trouble. I think you just gotta go for range Raxes this one. It seems a little bit too delicate to go for melee. Clear off the creeps first of all, and we do have the Disruptor coming in hot. Justin going to get pushed back into this Burrow Strike, but here comes the Doom from Doom. Bloody9 is going to take that one. The Kinetic Field Stack Storm is going to catch a couple. It's going to catch 3. Epicenter going to do a lot of damage. Bloody9 is going to stand his ground. He will survive. It looks like he's going to get denied. No. Yes, he will get denied, actually. Disruptor also going to drop, but Vilcus way out of position. He's going to go down. Nothing special in the back end. Trying to do what he can, but look, he's just not doing jack. He's going to get lassoed. This is going to be a complete team wipe going the way of Black Sheep. And just like that, Raxes are going to be taken.
Yep. Now it doesn't really matter. Both Raxes will now fall. Why not? Why not both? Basically. Why not Zoidberg?
Or Kalen los dos. Manta style.
I actually like Mana Style on the TA a lot. I find it to be a really great item for her because she does deal a lot of damage. And when you're able to have that Mana Style, to be able to get more of her around, just be able to have more mobility as a whole, I think it's an amazing item for her to be able to have. Now, one thing that I want to see more TA start to pick up is actually the Desolator, because I think that that's one of the best items for TA to get, like, ever. I don't think there's anything that could beat it up, or beat it.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. But at the same time, like, if you're taking these constant run-and-gun fights, you can understand why you want the mobility from the Yasha. Now Justin, as well as the Batrider, both going to get jumped. But here comes TP back from the Batrider, going to use the Firefly, and he's looking for a target to lasso. It's going to be not Arlecchino. He's going to take his gem back, first of all. There's the lasso onto Evasion. Sunstrike will miss onto Bricks, and it might cost them that kill. Maven Fida is on his way out, and by that I mean he's going to go out in a bag. Nothing special. Going to try to kill Bricks. Won't be enough. This Gravekeeper's Cloak doing work for this Visage.
Yep. Such a strong ability when it comes to just survivability, because as a support you shouldn't be taking that many hits, and when you do take those hits as Visage, it just doesn't matter as much as it does with the other supports in terms of just the amount of resist, the amount of armor that you get for each of those layers. Like, he has 24 armor right now, and a total of 67 magical resistance. Pretty ridiculous when you actually put it together on a support hero like that.
Yeah, there's not much, like, constant damage. Like, there's the Meteor, I guess, there's Sandstorm, but there's nothing to burn through those Gravekeeper's Cloak charges really quickly. And what he's getting, the Cloak is basically blocking Burrow Strikes, Nyx Assassin Impales, these large bursts of magic damage that ordinarily you would expect to kill off the Visage, but hell, he has an Aghanim Scepter. He has 2,000 HP with the Gravekeeper's Cloak. He's just so deceptively tanky right now, and Maven have to get it out of their head that Visage is an easy target, because he's far from that.
Yeah, especially when you add on the fact that he's going to have friends there. And actually, never mind. Batrider going to blink in. Vilcus, this is going to be his death.
You dragged him right into a TA melt. She was sitting there for like 5 seconds.
Like, yo, Batrider, you see that guy over there? Wanna go grab him for me? Thanks, babe.
I'll be over here when you need me. Alright, Justin.
Again, going to try and go for Fida. Fida going to die there. Double kill for Justin. Next is going to be Evasion, it looks like, and looks as though this is going to be able to grab that brick. Now with the unstop. Arlecchino, not where you want to be right now inside that playpen. And the GG comes out from Evasion.
That was, it felt a lot shorter than 30 minutes, but that was definitely a pretty effective display of the power that mid-game TA can put on, and also the fact that don't let the Lifestealer farm.
Oh yeah. You're going to try and be aggressive like Marvin was, or Maven was, I mean, you need to try and be aggressive, but you can't let the Lifestealer get up on Midas and things like that. You just can't. And we saw it backfire this time around.
Also trying to be aggressive with the Doombringer in your #1 position. In the late game, he was, in the late game of this game, he was actually just not doing anything to anyone. He wasn't doing any damage. But that's going to be it, guys. We're going to move on to game number 2. So everyone in Dota TV, just hold on to your horses. Everyone in stream, we'll be right back, or we'll still be here. So moving on to that one.
Yep.